coming tonight. It's really, I can't believe how many people are here. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm a member of Lanarkshire Forum For Independence. Yes, my own mission. The Indie Girls, absolutely any group I can get into the now that's going to take us to a yes vote, as long as it's no political, because it's not about politics for me. This is a constitutional question. Every single one of us are equal in this just now. We don't need to wait to the 18th to be equal. That's why we're all here. Everybody's got one vote, one say. The politicians and everybody with money that's talking up against us, some of them don't even have a vote. So I'm here to try and inspire people to use your voice. This is our chance and we have to take it. While we're here tonight, I want everybody to be respectful to each other because we don't all agree. We've all got different opinions in this and different visions. So be respectful. If somebody says something you don't like, don't shout at them. They've got a right to say their piece as well. And also the questionnaires that the people have got, if you fill them in and you give them back to one of the Indie Girls at the end of the night, and if you do have any questions that you don't get answered because it is so busy, either go to one of the Indie Girls or one of the guys for Lanarkshire Forum For Independence, give them your name, give them your number, and we'll get back to you, we'll answer your questions. If we don't know, we'll find it out for you. Yeah. Oh, and there's an Indie Girls hit list too. It's reference-based stuff about NHS, workers' rights, pensions, media, education, resources and assets, welfare, immigration, everything. So there's some of them going about tonight for information for you after the event. If you don't get one, contact us on the Facebook page and we'll get one to you. Now I'm going to hand it over to Tommy and let him do his stuff.
The first thing I'm going to do, folks, is give away my chair because I feel dead guilty. I'm only 50. I know some of you are thinking, no, you're not, Tommy, you're only about 40, but I'm 50 and I'm sitting up here in a chair. That can get better used for somebody else out there. So one of these older guys.
Socialist to the last.
Folks, can I? There you go. There's another chair. See? There you go. We'll sit in the flare in solidarity with you. Can I just say, folks, as John and Sharon have already indicated, I've had the great pleasure since January of this year to be able to tour Scotland. This is the 71st meeting I've spoken at. We've managed to get to 12,500 people at these meetings, packed halls like the night. And as John said earlier, it is important to realise, just to take a wee moment, apparently it's a gardener's tip that gardeners often forget, and sometimes you've got to stand back and have a wee look at the roses. I want you to just have a wee look around you tonight. A Friday night, 8 o'clock at night or whatever, and look at the packed turnout. This is evidence of people's desire to find out more about the most important decision that you're ever going to make in a generation, and to hear some of the arguments that are undiluted, undistorted, to hear some of the truths instead of the half-truths that you're getting through the mainstream media, to hear the message of those who believe in a yes vote, to hear it from the horse's mouth rather than to hear it in a distorted fashion by the mainstream media and the multimillionaires who are determined to make you think that you're no good enough, you're no big enough, you're no smart enough, and you're no rich enough to run your own affairs. We're here tonight to try and convince you that we are big enough, we are smart enough, we are courageous enough, and we're certainly rich enough to run our own affairs here in Scotland. That's what we're doing. I want to address what I think are the most important issues concerning this independence referendum. But first and foremost, I think it's vital that we explain what this independence referendum is not about. Sharon's touched on it. This independence referendum, and I take my hat off, there may be members of the Scottish National Party in the audience tonight. There may be members who have been working hard here in Wishaw to promote the yes vote. Take my hat off to them. Over many, many years, the SNP have done well in keeping the question of independence on the political agenda. However, this is the important thing. On the 18th of September, the SNP are not on the ballot paper. Alex Salmon's name is not on the ballot paper. On the 18th of September, it's not about whether you like, loathe or hate the SNP or Alex Salmond. The 18th of September is much more important than that. The 18th of September is about the future of your country. That's what the 18th of September is about. We've got an opportunity here. An opportunity that hundreds of countries have seized since the Second World War. Many of them, by the way, had to pick up guns and stones and catapults in order to win their independence from big imperialist nations. We only need to pick up a wee lead pencil. That's all we need to do on the 18th of September. We have to make it loud and clear that this independence referendum is bigger than party politics and it's bigger than party politicians. This referendum, brothers and sisters, is about freedom. Freedom. Some of you might be thinking, oh hey Tommy, he's been on the sauce before he came to the meeting tonight. He's been watching Braveheart again. Where's the claymore and the kilt? We're not exactly in shackles and chains. We're not in prison. We're not even in handcuffs. And I know a thing or two about being in handcuffs. And by the way, just in case there are any gutter journalists in here tonight, none of it for kinky reasons, by the way. Brothers and sisters, what do I mean about freedom? Here's what I mean about freedom. Since 1951, this wee country, Scotland, has rejected the political creed of greed. This wee country, Scotland, has rejected the idea that the way to motivate the poor is to pay them less and get them to work longer, but the way to motivate the rich is to give them bigger bonuses and tax cuts. We've rejected the idea since 1951. Since 1951, this wee country, Scotland, has rejected the idea that public services are for sale to the city smiths in the city of London to become even richer. We have rejected the idea that there is no such thing as society. We believe there is such a thing as society. It's looking after your neighbours. It's looking after the elderly. It's looking after the disabled kids. That's what society's all about. And since 1951, we have refused to vote for a Tory government. That's what Scotland does. But here's the rub. Here's the lack of freedom. Since 1951, we haven't voted for a Tory government. But since 1951, our country has had to endure 35 years of Tory government. Not because we voted them, but because the south east of England voted for them. We've had to endure the ruination of whole industries, from steel to coal to rail. We've had to endure communities razed to the ground. We've had to suffer the indignity of mass unemployment, of communities that never knew what drugs were before the early 1980s, then been absolutely ravaged and scarred by the problems that drug abuse bring. We never voted for any of that. that, but since 1951 we've had to endure 35 years of Thatcher, of Major, and now this lick spittle millionaire Cameron. We therefore have one very, very powerful argument for why you should vote yes on the 18th of September, brothers and sisters. If you're looking for one argument